I'm Todd Grisham, and what a stunning venue. It is the one and only Grand Theater. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no...
And Fernando Vargas. Here comes an absolute legend out of Oxnard, California. Who could forget his battles in the 90s with the best of the best in his division?
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner,
from Omaha, Nebraska, here is the acclaimed 3-division world champion and 2-division undisputed champion of the world,
Terrence Bud Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, here is the
We welcome you to this beautiful theater where every seat has been sold, but the fans will... The time has finally arrived. These two men have been jawing at each other for months. The talking is finally over. Now it's time to fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Trying to land that jab. You don't want to trade shots. We welcome you to this beautiful theater. Shakespeare has nothing on the drama that we've seen between these two fighters. We expect a standing ovation when these two are done.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
Good counter punching. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The jab doesn't quite connect. That hook just can't find the target. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two...
Here we go, it's round 2. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at you. Are you okay?
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Beaten.
Don't want to lose this fight, do you?
On to the third. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not as twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Punch, counter punch. Just missed with that hook. They both want a knockout, you can tell. The straight right just misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
No rest for the weary. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. And he misses with that jab. Beautiful counter shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they
Forget about that.
Back at it in round 4. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Just missed with that hook. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Nope, that hook won't score. Nice counter shot. Perfect counter shot. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
I need you to win this round. Get your mind back.
On to the 5th we go. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Time they throw a shot, they get countered. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain then.
This is a high-octane battle. Do you believe what we're seeing? Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
Relax. Jab and breathe when you're stepping around.
There's the bell for round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Unlucky to miss with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good counter punching. Do you believe this? Catch and shoot. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas, over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim it.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, it's like...
And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
That jab doesn't score. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Just missed with that hook. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. A perfect counter shot. They're both trying for a knockout. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
I seriously hope the judges...
Gotta take that confidence away. Go.
There's the bell to start round 8. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power, but these two can.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
That big hook doesn't land. Swing and a miss with that jab. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger stage.
Defense is not an option for these two. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. So close, but so far a split decision loss. Man, that one has got to hurt, Johnny.
A split decision, I've enjoyed that. I actually forgot the rounds rolled by. The rounds were that close, they flew by. But what excitement. I could watch another 15 rounds of that. They probably can't do it, but we can watch it. Split decision, good call.